squats today. I'm going to do this fed. Yesterday I was not fed. I had no calories before deadlifting. I don't use straps or belts. I'm just out there in the open, raw dogging my lifts. Lots of people say I should use a belt, but I don't want them. So I understand the purpose of them, and I think if you're doing powerlifting as a sport, then it makes sense. I'm not doing it as a sport. I'm just using it as a means to an end to get strong, you know. And straps, I'm like, again, unless you are bodybuilder or powerlifter or not even strongman, definitely don't want to use them as a strongman. But if you're a powerlifter, bodybuilder, and you're trying to work something that you don't want your wrist being the limiting factor, sure. I got nothing against straps for people who have goals where straps can be that means to an end. But if you're just trying to lift to get stronger, you're just trying to lift for like functional fitness, straps are stupid. Because if you're trying to get strong so that you can carry stuff a long distance, or so that you can like pick something heavy off of someone's leg or something like that, and you don't work your forearms just as much as you work the rest of the muscle groups, your forearms are going to be weak. If you can't grip it, you can't pick it up. You know what I mean? So unless you like are missing fingers or missing a hand, or you're specifically training like bodybuilding or powerlifting in a way that like where they allow straps, or you're in a sport that you're not lifting as part of the sport, I wouldn't use straps. That's just me. The belt, I can see the value in a belt for sure. I just try to practice bracing against my own diaphragm and like using like good breathing and then good core engagement to try to brace. Now I know like I am not lifting the amount of weight that people who use belts do. So me saying this is like, I'm not saying a blanket statement, no one should use a strap, no one should use belts. No, you use whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm explaining why I don't personally like to use straps or a belt. Tried using a belt a few times. It felt weird just because I'm not used to it. I'm sure I could get used to it, but I don't want to, because that's one more fucking thing I gotta drag around the gym with me. And I don't know if it would be worth it. I don't know if it would add a lot of weight to my lifts, or if it would add like 5 pounds to my lifts. I don't know, and I'm not really in that phase of life where I want to be trying out new gym accessories at this point. Does that make sense? But maybe someday I'll put a belt on and I'll fall in love with it, and then I won't be able to go to the gym without it. Who knows? Right now is not that day. Today, I am myself. I barely listen to music in the gym because I lost my headphones. It's not because I don't like it. I love listening to music in the gym. I feel like I actually perform better when I listen to music. I think there's been studies on that, right? Now, the thing I wanted to talk about today is intensity. I feel like we're going to use a scale. We're going to use a scale 1 to 10. 1 being no strain, nothing strenuous, and then 10 being like, I'm about to pass out. I have strained so hard on this exercise, or I can't move, or whatever. I feel like for the past like decade, I have barely touched 10. Like barely ever. And that's sad. because now I know why, like, I've been on a plateau for so long. You know, I haven't challenged my muscles. I haven't given them a stimulus strong enough to grow and to improve. Now, I've grown, but it's been less about intensity and more about providing the novel stimulus. So going from like bodybuilding style training with 8 to 12 reps of like the standard exercises to high rep or high weight, low rep bodybuilder or powerlifter style training. When I did that, I gained a lot of muscle and a lot of strength. But it wasn't because I was doing these super intense workouts. Like, granted, doing a 3 rep max is pretty intense, but it's really short. There's not a lot of time under tension. So like, just thinking about muscle building mechanics, it shouldn't have made me grow the way it did, but it was new. Like, my body was like, what is happening? So I think with this 10-week program, I'm going to tap into that old man, like, strength, you know, the old man senile, you know. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I need to use intensity. I'm not going to be like, I'm going to 10 on every set, I'm going to failure. Because that's not productive. Because if you go to failure on your first exercise, your first set of your first exercise, then the rest of the sets suffer. But maybe the last set of a muscle group or the last set of the workout, I like burn it out and I go until I can't go anymore. And it's like, I want to ramp up the intensity while not injuring myself. That's the key, is to try to not injure myself. But it's gonna be a good day. I can feel it. It's gonna be a good day. And this is gonna be a short vlog today. I'm not using the GoPro. I don't know if you guys noticed. You probably did. It's super grainy in the dark. GoPros do not like low light. They are not good at low light. So I'm using my phone for this one. And yeah, we're gonna go in here and get some squats done, and we're gonna do squats and bench, and figure out what our 2 or 3 rep max is, and then I'll use a calculator to find my 1 rep max from there, input it into my little tracker for this program, and we'll go from there. Yeah, 2 seconds after that last clip, my phone fell out of the thing and hit the treads on the treadmill and launched across the room. I forgot to record my bench press, but I got 225 for 1 rep. I would have died if I tried for a second one. So, yeah, we're gonna go with those numbers to start this powerlifting program. And tomorrow is going to either be a hike, like a ruck run, or it's going to be just a regular run. We'll see how I'm feeling, because it's cold in the mornings, so the ruck will keep me warm, but the ruck's also heavy. There are some hill trails behind where I work that I would really like to explore, so maybe we'll take the ruck on a walk up the hills. Sounds good.